Thanks for tuning in to Watermark Equipment Tips. My name's Laith, and this week we'll be going over how to size your cartridge filter system. When designing a filter system, you're always going to want to begin with the end in mind. What quality of water do you need, and what is the quality of the water that you're starting with? To get super technical, you need to do a particle distribution analysis to tailor a multi-stage setup. But for now, I'm just going to be going over some very rough, high-level filter design tips. When I'm sizing a filter setup, I really only look at two different applications. You either have a single pass system or you have a recirculating system. In single pass, you need to make sure that your filter system is sized to handle the full flow, the full max flow that your process is going to see. If it's a recirculating system, the rule of thumb is just take 10% of your recirculation and put that into a side stream. When selecting a filter housing, you need to look at a couple of things. What's the max flow that this filter housing is going to see? Is it sized appropriately? What's the pressure of the process itself? What temperature is it operating at? And are there any certifications, material certifications like NSF 61 that you need to be aware of? Once you've selected the right housing for your application, then you need to choose the right cartridge filter to go inside your housing. Obviously, make sure that the cartridge fits the housing you've selected, but then there's several different options of filter media, micron size, that you can really dial in to optimize your filtration. If this is a potable water application, you want to ensure that your cartridge and your housing are both NSF certified. If it's an industrial process, then you might opt to choose a high temp cartridge filter, or you might choose an antimicrobial silver zeolite filter to prevent microbes from growing and multiplying on the filter itself. Obviously, then there's various levels of micron filtration. To dial in the microns that you need, again, you need to know what you need to filter to for the application, and you need to know kind of the quality of the water that you're starting with. Particle distribution analysis are a great way to get an idea of kind of what size your contaminants are in the water so that you can choose the appropriate micron rating to filter it out. Everyone always wants to know the maintenance interval, or how often they're actually going to have to pull out the cartridge, clean it, or even replace it. That varies wildly on the application. There's almost too many variables to accurately forecast that. It boils down to the dirt loading capacity of the filter cartridge itself. What determines the dirt loading capacity is often just the square footage of the filter media. You can see all these little folds on the cartridge itself. The more folds you have means the more surface area that you have to remove debris and contaminants. Your indicator on needing to actually clean or replace your cartridge filter is dependent on the differential pressure from your inlet to your outlet. You always want to consult your technical sheets and make sure you're operating your equipment within its designed parameters. Thanks again for tuning into another episode of Watermark Equipment Tips. We'll talk to you guys again soon.